Yo, 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 what's going on? I just ran across this brother's video, man. He got a good video, man. Um, if you watch this video, what movie was this right here? What movie was this right here? Cause I never seen this movie before. Hold on, I pause. Look at this. They got the infrared. They can see through walls and shit. Watch this, y'all. They send a bullet through the motherfucking wall. Hit the target right on the spot. And watch this. Watch this. Look at that. Look at that. These motherfuckers, look at that. They showing you. They showing him. You can see the man drinking. He drinking water, yo. You can see it just run through the body. Look. Y'all talking about privacy. He ain't got no damn privacy. You know what I'm saying?
30 yards out. Fry the bastard.
Now this is Arnold. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I don't know what movie this was. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big Arnold fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I've seen all his movies, but I ain't see this one. I don't know what the hell this is. So if anybody know, definitely comment down below and let me know.
Structures. But the critical thing is, we can still do it with something else. There's more and more evidence that small, weak forces can influence brain activity.
See, I see it. This is just something I'm talking about. You know what I mean? This is something I'm talking about. I don't know this brother right here. I think I seen you on my channel before. Hold on. I think I seen you on the channel before. 2023 GameStar. I think you changed the name or something. I don't know. But this is the shit I'm talking about right here. Coming with the facts, the tangible evidence. You ain't got no video about the Bible. You know, you ain't got a video about you're not bringing religion into this shit. Like you coming strictly like, cause people act like gangs talk like as if you can't prove this shit. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people. Like as if they don't have books about it. They got books, they got documentaries, they got scientists, people exposing this shit.
Activity and alter consciousness. And we're about ready to go into this environment. It's called the communication age. Right now you're being inundated with all kinds of communication patterns, which if they're pulsed just right, well, I'll show you what they can do. The effectiveness and consequences of electromagnetic...
And this video look old, so I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Look at them people, look how they look. This look like it's, I'm not gonna say the 80s, but probably somewhere in the 90s or maybe early 2000s or something.
Right. Well, I'll show you what they can do. The effectiveness and consequences of electromagnetic interactions with cells are functions of the complexity of the temporal structure of the fields. Remember, the brain works by chemistry, but it also works on the other side of the coin by electromagnetic patterns. Right. Brain waves.
See, this is real education, yo. They don't teach this in public school. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to know this.
If you apply an appropriate temporal pattern, it's equivalent to the molecular structure of the compound. So, what we've been doing recently is generating words as magnetic patterns. And even though the person isn't hearing it through their ears, their brain is interpreting it. So they're actually having fragments of experiences as if they're hearing it when in actual fact it cannot be.
You know, where are these thoughts coming from? You know, where are these thoughts coming from? You know, where are these thoughts coming from?
Experiencing severe mental anguish.
The microwave auditory effect, remote neural monitoring, synthetic or artificial telepathy, the voice of God, and V2K.
Right.
Most often describe direct mind-to-mind communication obtained by technological means. Unfortunately, this type of patented, covert verbal harassment has been abused, and the victims harassed for many years in high-level experimental operations, 24/7. Many victims have awoken to a reality of a monstrous program.
And what did the dumb people say? Well, why don't you just ignore it, D? Just ignore it, man. Just go on about your life. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the program. You could suck 10 dicks.
Hundreds of people in the valley say they are hearing voices in their heads.
All right, I'm going to pause it right there. Now, I'm going to go to the Bible because I got a point to prove. Now, remember when God had sent Abraham, right? When did Abraham? To sacrifice his son. Remember? If y'all don't know, matter of fact, I'm going to get the scripture.
The torch that would lead to the foundation of the nation of Israel. But Abraham was taken by surprise when he received a calling from God. The Creator said that Abraham would have to take his son to the region of Moriah to sacrifice his beloved son as a holocaust. Saddened by it, Abraham obeyed God's command. He cut the wood needed for the sacrifice and departed with his son to meet the destiny indicated by God. Isaac and Abraham were near the mountain where the sacrifice was to be consummated when Isaac, carrying the wood on his back, asked his father, "The flames and the wood were there, but where was the lamb for the holocaust?" His father replied that God would provide it. Isaac and Abraham built the altar for the sacrifice. Then the patriarch tied his son to the altar. Isaac looked in fright at his father when he pulled out his knife and raised his arm. Abraham was consumed by sorrow, but he had faith that his personal sacrifice was part of God's plans. When Abraham was about to hit his son, he was stopped by a Lord's angel, who asked him to stop and spare the young man. Abraham had passed the ultimate test of faith. He was willing to sacrifice his only son in the name of the Lord. Father and son, moved, embraced each other, and after that, Abraham saw a lamb appearing between the bushes. He grabbed the animal and sacrificed it to the Lord in his son's place. Due to Abraham's unwavering faith, God renewed his blessings, ensuring that Abraham's offspring would be numerous, while guaranteeing the victory of his people against their enemies. And
All right, now I'm going to read it to y'all. All right, right here, as you can see, if y'all want to read it for yourself, which I know y'all motherfuckers ain't going to do it, you know what I mean? Now, I know some of y'all say, well, you just said don't bring the Bible to it. Look, you can't do what I do. I can do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to understand it. You don't have the spirit of discernment. You can't break shit down. Now, it says right here, it says, and they came to the place which God had told him, and Abraham built an altar and laid the wood in order and bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And that's when the Lord sent the angel, you know what I'm saying, and told him not to do it. Now, my point is, what I'm saying is, now, all this whole story, right, it goes back to this so-called voice of God. Abraham, why did Abraham do this? Why did Abraham take this order to go ahead and kill his son? And he said, lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. So why was God just playing fucking games with him? You know what I'm saying? To me, that's just some fucking mind games and shit. No real God ain't gonna play around like that. Why would you play around? And this was supposed to be a test. This was supposed to be a test to prove to God that Abraham was going to be faithful. But then God is an all-knowing God. So God would have known from the jump that Abraham would be all faithful. That's what I'm saying. See, y'all don't think like that. Y'all don't think. You don't think logically. You don't think with reasoning. You know what I'm saying? You're caught up in blind-ass faith, and that's the reason why you don't know shit. So, what's your point, DB? What's your point? What I'm telling you is that, first of all, ain't nothing new under the sun, right? There's nothing new under the sun. So, if they're doing this voice to skull, V2K, a voice of God right now, then what makes you think that they weren't doing it back then in the so-called Bible days? So let me go back. So yeah, let me go back So remember, the scriptures tell you that there's none new under the sun. So if they're doing voice to skull today and voice of God technology today, remember they used it on the Muslims to make the Muslims drop their guns, right? So what makes you think they ain't gonna do it on your ass?
Where are these thoughts coming from? Where are these thoughts coming from? Where are these thoughts coming from?
Experiencing severe mental anguish.
The microwave auditory effect, remote neural monitoring, synthetic or artificial telepathy, the voice of God, and
The voice of God, y'all. The voice that you already know. You should know about this. The microwave. What it says? The microwave screaming inside your skull. You know what I'm saying?
V2K.
But no, the conscious community don't want to touch this. They scared to death. You heard it out of Brother Rich's own mouth. Man, it could be scary.
Most often describe direct mind-to-mind communication obtained by technological means. Unfortunately, this type of patented, covert verbal harassment has been abused, and the victims harassed for many years in high-level experimental operations.
Many years.
24/7.
24/7.
Many victims have awoken to a reality of a monstrous program.
Hundreds of people in the valley say they are hearing voices in their heads.
So my point is what I'm saying, how do you know that Abraham actually heard so-called God talking to him? Because the Most High ain't going to do no shit like that. So what Abraham heard, he heard these bots talking to his ass, told him to go ahead and sacrifice his son. Go ahead, man, put your son on the goddamn altar, man, and kill his ass. And then he was ready to do it. It was like, nah, psych, don't do it, dog, don't do it. We're just playing with you. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. Well, no God, ain't no Most High gonna tell you to do no stupid shit like that.
Those voices are being transmitted
Just to prove that you got faith in me? Come on, man. Y'all need to think.
by microwave or other methods.
Well, several viewers asked us to investigate what they call electronic harassment. KMIR6's Angela Monroe joins us now with what she's discovered. Angela.
Electronic harassment, synthetic telepathy, voice-to-skull technology. Chances are you haven't heard of these terms, but after searching the internet, I found dozens of websites dedicated to the phenomenon and several Valley residents who say they're victims.
How much more can you invade me?
Now y'all
than
seen
to
this
go
video.
into my brain?
I done already posted this up right here on my channel a while back. You know what I mean? These guys right here, I don't even know if these guys even still alive.
It sounds like somebody else is reading the book, only it's thoughts.
We're not having a group hallucination. This is actually something that's happening.
These men all live in the area, didn't know each other before the voices started, and say someone is playing mind games with them.
Mostly it's a lot of derogatory comments about whatever you're thinking about.
Only time I ever had a whole sentence, he said, "This is not about you," which just frosted me. If it's not about me, what the hell am I going through all this for?
Kevin Bond.
Because this is, in other words, what he's saying, this is bigger than you. That's why. This is an agenda. This is the New World Order, the so-called New World Order. So all the motherfuckers that, these so-called conscious people, you can ignore it now. It's just a matter of time. They're going to get your punk ass on a remote neural monitoring too.
Says he used to have a
There's nowhere to run to, baby. There's nowhere to hide.
normal life.
I was living in the San Diego area, was clerking for a federal judge, and I noticed that I was being followed by a whole bunch of people.
According to the websites, what Bond is describing is called gang stalking. He moved to Palm Springs to escape.
I started hearing, as you'll hear, hearing voices, and what they'll call voice to skull or microwave hearing.
Bob Stansfield says his experience was similar and started a decade ago.
They were active in following me around here, and I started hearing the voices a little bit after the vehicular stalking.
Randall Ringer says the voices started when he was undergoing chemotherapy.
The first thing that was said was...
Shit. Well, look, you heard that? We rewind that back.
Ringer says the voices started...
After the vehicular stalking.
Randall Ringer says the voices started when he was undergoing chemotherapy.
Well, he done set himself up for failure right there. Undergoing chemotherapy. You know what I'm saying? So now you definitely got radiation up in your body. They done pumped the whole. I got another video I done discuss about the radiation and shit and the chemo theory, the so-called chemo psyops, because that's what it is. Them people don't have no damn cancer. You go up in that joint and you take the chemotherapy, now you got cancer.
The first thing that was said was Randall Ringer. And I sat up straight and I went into the bathroom and I looked in the mirror. Looked myself in the eyes and I said, did that really happen?
Vaughn says he's found more than 300 victims locally and is tracking others across the state through billboards.
You're a part of a controlled set of experiments that are happening in real time across you and millions of other people.
We're guinea pigs.
You're guinea pigs. You're guinea pigs in the box, pushing the button and sometimes getting the likes. And they're doing this to keep you in there.
Where are these thoughts coming from?
Can you explain quantum entanglement communications?
Yes, I don't think most people understand what I'm about to say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously, in no time, switch its rotation also because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously.
I've heard about this. I've tried to dig into it, and it's hard to understand.
It is hard to understand. It would be my best way to put it is that when electricity first came out, it was very hard for a lot of people to understand what Nikola Tesla was getting at. But everyone was using it before they even understood it.
Right.
And this is just where we are right now. It's just a new technology. It's a new conversation. People don't have to understand it yet. They just have to realize it's real.
Facts.
What other kind of things can this...
And it don't have nothing to do with belief.
Oh, boy.
It's real. It's real, and it doesn't have anything to do with belief. Because I'm sick of these motherfuckers be talking about, well, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Like as if since you don't believe in it, then it ain't real. You's a dumbass. Belief ain't shit. What the fuck is belief? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. This ain't got nothing to do with no faith. This ain't got nothing to do with no hope. But it has everything to do with evidence. And these evidence are seen. If you do the research. Because the evidence is there. But no, a lot of y'all people don't want evidence. Y'all don't want facts. Y'all just want faith. Y'all want to believe in shit. You want to continue to believe in the Santa Claus theory and the Easter Bunny. You don't want facts. I can go ahead and show you some facts that you can see have eyewitness account of what's going on. You don't want that. I don't trust that. But somebody, preacher man, TDJ's come and tell you somebody gonna come back and save you, monkey ass, then you believe that shit 100% wholehearted. Like a
voice to skull technology. This is also in the foray of directed energy weapons.
What is that?
The ability to, let's just say, throw your voice into your head, or my voice into my head, or allowing algorithms that now they can blanket a whole geographical area, and they can make everybody change their thoughts. They can, I use the term intrusive thoughts. Back to that fork in the road analogy. If you find yourself where you have to make a decision about something, next thing you know, you catch yourself kind of having an argument in your head with your own voices. Well, the ability to add another one of your voices in there, but have it controlled by somebody else's microphone, so to say, is a very powerful tool. And I think this is a weapon of war that we are seeing happen to everyone around us.
You can't even trust your own thoughts, people. You cannot trust your own fucking thoughts. You don't know if somebody's trying to manipulate you. Somebody's trying to influence you to do something. You know what I mean? Beyond your own consent. You having thoughts coming into your head. You don't even know if it's yours or not. I guarantee you, majority of your thoughts that's in your fucking head is not yours.
The Department of Defense recently started initiating protocols for their employees, their agents, to discuss Havana syndrome-like symptoms. And on that list is that their agents are hearing voices in their head.
Now, and also, you know, there's a lot of people. If you look at this, if you look on YouTube, there's a lot of Christians out here that's coming out with these videos talking about they had dreams of seeing hell and seeing heaven and all this shit. This is, you know what that is? It's this right here. It's this right here. It is the program. That's what it is. It is the voice of God technology that they're using on people. They're allowing people to have these fake ass fucking dreams that they went to hell and saw Jesus and Jesus had holes in their hands and all this crap that they and since you believe it, it's going to really seem to be real. Because remember, you know, the power is in it, like whatever you believe, you know, you can make it true because of your belief. It's like a placebo, basically. People take placebo pills, you know what I'm saying, and they think that they're sick or whatever. They take these fake-ass placebo pills, and then you get healed, and then come to find out 3 months later, you was on a fucking fake-ass pill. You weren't even on real medication. But you was healed. Those people healed themselves. They healed it by the power of their own belief. So belief is powerful, but it all depends on what are you believing in. If you're wasting your time believing in a fictitious so-called God, then you're wasting your energy. But if you take that same belief and put it within yourself, then you could be magical. Can I get a hello there?
And this is what they're getting at. This is that technology that, you know, next thing you know, you're trying to make a decision, but there's another Sean in your head that now is actually somebody else's control. And through the manipulation of that voice, they can now push you, just like we have, you know, the cell phones are weaponized now, the social media platforms, and they can engage with an algorithm, and they know that they can push you in a direction by repetitive information being displayed in front of you, similar to the Takistoscope in grammar school, that they can learn your system and they can learn to manipulate it on a personalized level by just...
What I just say, learn to manipulate you. This is a manipulation program. This is a manipulation game. Why do you think these bots is doing the shit? You know what I'm saying? Because these bots ain't trying to battle. They too pussy. They're not gonna battle with the machine. Cause that's what we're up against. We're up against a machine. Shout out to Exhibit back in the day. Man versus machine. You know what I'm saying? He knew what the fuck he was talking about when he named that album that. Cause we're here. And that album was old. You know what I'm saying? So we're here. This is Terminator, baby. This is man versus motherfucking machine, nigga. You know what I mean? And the bots are scared. They scared to death. So they say, okay, just give me the fucking app and I'll just go ahead and target people. Because I'm too afraid to, you know, battle y'all motherfuckers. But they still gonna get fucked in the ass anyway. So, I mean, what the fuck? You might as well fight. You might as well. What the fuck? What's the sense of participating in the bullshit, right? And try to go along with the beast's agenda and then still get cast into hell. You dumb.
Just assessing you, what the things are that you're interested in, what are your weak points, what's the crack in the dam, what's the angle of attack. And it's through repetition and access. These are simply electromagnetic impulses in your head. It's not that they can't be read. It's not that they can't be copied. And it's not that they can't be just replayed with somebody else's control. I mean, I could get a voice changing thing and I could sound like you if I wanted to. I could call you on the phone. I could call your loved ones and I could pretend I'm Sean. They can do that for you in your own head.
And yo, that right there remind me of how Terminator used to do in the movie. Remember Terminator used to sound like he was somebody's mom or something? You know what I'm saying? Remember on part 1, he was like, I love you too, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? When Arnold was playing the mother. So, you know, I'm trying to tell you, this is all AI controlled, dog. This is all AI. You can't trust shit. They got deep fake. You know what I'm saying? They got all types of facial recognitions, man. They could make you, they could take your image and put it in a fucking video and make it look like you doing something, and that ain't even you, man. I'm trying to tell you, you can't trust shit today. You know what I'm saying? You really can, man.
Why would you want to talk about history in a brain and behavior course? Because when you talk about modifying brain activity, when you talk about controlling 6 billion brains, it becomes a political issue. It's not just neuroanatomy anymore. It's not just neurofunction. It's not no longer neurochemistry. Most people don't realize this.
Absolutely not. We're all part of this. We're all
He
part of
said, he said 6 billion brains, man. And then you wonder why Obama spent all that money for the Brain Initiative program. Yeah, so they can control your motherfucking monkey ass.
this big experiment.
What is this doing to a young mind, bro? A teenager?
Well, there's some projects going on where they're actually scanning teenagers' brains over a 20-year period and looking to see what kind of changes they're finding.
Wow.
You know, where are these thoughts coming from?
I'm trying to tell you, man, I feel sorry for the new people, man. The new people. I hope y'all find my channel. I swear to goodness, if you don't find mine, I hope you find somebody that's really, really kicking the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, but no, the algorithm gonna allow you to find them fake ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna drown you out with, you know, with shit that's fake and fictitious. Like, you know, somebody gonna come and save you and all that bullshit, all that religious. They're just gonna dump you right back into the religious barrel. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna give you the science of what's really, really going on. They're gonna tell you just have faith and believe in somebody dying on the cross for you. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do. I'm gonna stop this video, man, because it's getting pretty long and I'm running out of space. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Holla back, DB Gang Starting Simulation, and also shout out to his brother. I'm gonna check out some more videos on his channel, man. I see you coming with the real deal. Now that's what I fucks with. If you was talking some religious shit on here, man, I would not be recommending your video on my shit, on my platform at all. You got the science to prove, I'm with you. We riding out. Because we talking facts. This is science. And also, too, you got to also understand that this is also being done by the reptilians, the archons and shit, because they're the ones that got the knowledge to even create this type of fucking shit. Okay? So I'm going to end it right now. Holla back.